breakdown. Just going to get this mouse mat. Breaking down Friday's price action and also looking and trying to predict future price points for trades on Monday and the week going forward. So, in terms of, we'll start on gold. The analysis I did on gold on Thursday, it played out perfectly. The potential entry point I was looking for played out perfectly on Friday. As you can see, I had a potential retrace to daily resistance, which we got. We had a nice push up to daily resistance, failure to push above it and hold support above it, and then we had a strong push down, and eventually we created that bearish candle and broke the daily wick, the daily downside wick from the previous day. We have closed within the bottom of this order block here, but with these consecutive bearish candles, we are obviously quite bearish on gold at the minute, having broken these higher lows. So I'm now looking for sells on gold. We have got that short-term optimism in the dollar, so yeah, I'll be looking for sell plays on gold. Pretty frustrating I didn't catch this move. I was working, is what it is, but I'm glad that the analysis played out. In terms of potential entry points, from what I remember, I think it was, here. We had price consolidate between 9:10 and just before New York Open. Predominantly lower volume times, so we had price consolidate around these levels. Slight pushes up, but then rejections. No solid support formed above 1793, and that daily resistance I had marked out. And eventually we had New York Open, and we had a push down, a closure below the bottom of this order block here, and that for me is the best entry point to capitalise on this gold push down. Stops above the order block. For me, if we would have had rejections and closures back above into this order block, then I would have got out and waited for the right confirms. But in this scenario, we just crashed straight down. Beautiful, really. I do like how the size of the bearish candles, clear indication who's in control, and this small, tiny bullish candle wouldn't really worry me unless we started engulfing bigger candles such as these two to the left. So yeah, small retracement, continued crash down, and then price continued to chop down towards the bottom of that order block. So I went further down, crashed down here, and let me just have a look and see where I've got this this rectangle marked out, why it's marked out. Oh yeah, exactly, yeah. So it's marked out for the bottom of the order block, which we did have a reaction to, but closed quite strongly at the bottom of it. So in terms of trade ideas, I would like to see a weekly wick. I would like to see a weekly wick, and I think I need to mark out some more key levels around these areas. So I'm just going to do that now. So when I'm marking my key levels, I use candle body closures on higher time frame levels such as monthly, weekly, and daily. So for me, this is a key level. We've got two candle body closures and similar reactions to the past. You can see on the left there, reacting very closely to these levels in the past with rejections from these levels, and even over previous candle body closures. So this is a level I'd consider very strong key level. And what I'm going to do now is mark this up to the nearest flat level, which would be 1770. Just there. Do you like this level here as well? You can see the candle body, the monthly body closures and opens. You can see them sort of align with each other quite closely. So this is another level I'd consider. 1733. So go into the weekly now. Right, so I've got a few key levels marked out there. As you can see, they've been respected in the past as well. Nice candle body closes above here. Right, so in terms of potential entries, I would like to see a weekly wick up to this previous level of support and new resistance. I would like to see a weekly wick up to 177 flat, and then obviously potential, and then I'd like to see resistance forming in lower time frames around that key level to continue this push down really, and then we could push down expecting price to break this daily wick to the low, this daily wick low. Also, we've got these sensitive price areas to the left. If we do continue to breach and close below these sensitive price areas on intraday 4 hour candles, then obviously you would expect this clear traffic to the left to be filled. And as you can see in the past ones we've got below this rectangle area in the past, we have had clean traffic up and down between it. So then I would be confident in us riding the continued sells to 1744. Might sound a little bit sluggish today because I've had a couple of beers, but I've not had too many. I'm a little bit tired as well. But I thought I'd drag myself in here and get this done before I relax. So yeah, I would like a pullback to 1770. Just going to set an alert there now. Hopefully I'll be catching more trades in the future as well, because I have started, stupid I've not done this already, but I had notifications turned off on my TradingView app on my phone, and I used to be frustrated why I'd never get notifications, and obviously something so simple, just turn the notifications on. So now I'll be getting notifications while I'm working and stuff when I hit these key levels. So if I'm not driving or too busy, I might be able to catch some of these entries. But with it being on the 1 minute, it is harder to monitor and run trades on the 1 minute. You do have to be at the charts while you're running your trade, unless price has left your area of interest and it's in a nice decent profit and you can feel confident just leaving it at break even and letting it run. But you do have to manage it while it is and around your key level to find the optimal entry point and knowing when to close early if it's not looking favourable. So yeah, just set my key level alert there. Right. GJ. So, GJ. Oh, shit. Fall for that. Right. On GJ, we're still bullish on GJ. Might be having similar price action to this weekly candle here. This push down. This pullback, aggressive pullbacks we do get from time to time in this bullish uptrend. Just gathering liquidity before these big pushes back up. So, like I said, I'm still bullish on GJ unless we start breaking these lows there of 149. That'd obviously be the last significant lower high, higher low should I say, before this push up. So if our price was to break there, then we could be, and then we get let's say we do pull back down there, we get a pull back to this weekly low, and then form support, form resistance below it, and then we continue to make this bearish market structure. That'd be clearer breaks of a trend, wouldn't it, on the higher time frame? But for now, yeah, we could be in a corrective phase. We are in a corrective phase, but on the higher time frames, weekly and daily, we are still bullish on GJ. In terms of we have come to a decision point here as well. We've landed and reacted at a daily support level and all resistance. So if we was to start seeing some nice daily exhaustion, bearish candles and stronger bullish support on the daily, then you could potentially ride buys back up, but you'd have to be aware of 153, 500 area around these key level areas, because we could just be pulling back, retracing and pulling back to continue this downside move. That could be a counter trend. It's a counter trend trading scenario. In terms of entries on GJ, like I said, I would like to see some daily, nice strong daily support, or potentially a wick down and failure to break these levels here, and then strong daily support form for me to feel confident in taking buys at the minute. In terms of sell plays, I've got these areas marked up as well. Safe sells, potential retrace sells, potential retrace sells. Let's have a closer look why I think this. That was it. So you can see how we've breached and closed strongly below this daily previous resistance and new support. We did react to it on Thursday and failed to close below it, but then we did crash down and hit it and close below it. So it would be asking quite a lot. But if there was a strong retracement to correct some of this sell side move and gather liquidity for a further push down, and we was to start seeing price exhaust and form resistance at this key level, this psychological level, and support and resistance higher time frame level, then I would be keen on taking potential sells back down to fill this sell side liquidity down here and sell it down to maybe the wick, the wick and further if the potential's there and the volatility. So that's an area of interest for potential sells, but like I said, it is quite a bit away, so it might not get there. There's every chance it might not get there. But on a higher time frame perspective, that does make sense. Also, I would be interested in another potential area, 4-hour level and psychological level again, 153,200. If we was to get pullbacks and resistance again formed here, exhaustion, that kind of thing, failures to close and trade above these key levels, then I would be interested in taking sells back down. I would be interested in that. So hopefully the weekly Monday gives us that pullback, that weekly top wick, and gives us potential entry points at these psychological levels. All these levels I've got marked up here. If I was to see the confirms, and like I said, I've said it a few times now, but buyers exhaustion, consolidation, order blocks and breaks of it to the downside, similar to the gold scenario, or double tops, or just general exhaustion at these key levels, and signs that we are going to that it is a retracement and we are going to continue the downside move after the pullback, then I would be open to taking entries at these psychological levels. Hopefully though we get a bit of a stronger pullback than 152,500. We do get a stronger pullback and potential sell entries at 153, 153,200 or 153,500. So, yep. Quick look at DXY. Strong moves to the upside after the catalyst and the Fed speaking, and the news we had and the optimism for the dollar. This has give the strong push to the upside for USD, and we do look like we're going to revisit these highs potentially on DXY. So it could be getting at a decision point at that point. So if we could either get to DXY, get to this high on DXY, reject off it and push back down, and then continue, break these lows eventually and continue the downside push. That's a possibility. Or also, oh, fuck's sake. Oh, let's have a look at there. So yeah, this here could be a consolidation. We could get to these highs here, reject, fail to close above it and break that lower high. That lower high. We could fail to break it, and then we could obviously consolidate. We could get up here and then continue back to these lower points here. That could be a possibility. And then obviously if we break the lows and continue down, then it's continued downside for DXY, continued bullish uptrends on gold and GU, all them kinds of pairs. But I do like how we have got successive bullish candles and stronger optimism for the dollar at the minute. That could be an early indication that we do break this lower high. And if we do, then obviously we would be starting to see bullish market structure being formed on DXY if we could break above it. a good break above it, and then ultimately start forming support above it, and then targeting these highs to the left here, and continuing that upside move. Computer's lagging here. Yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, if we do get to this decision point, area of interest for me, and we start breaking above it, forming support above it, and then taking out these highs to the left here and forming support above them, this strong sensitive price area as well to pay attention for. $95, $94.50. That's obviously a very sensitive price point. Several reactions to it recently. Yeah, could be a key decision, a key point on DXY, and in terms of signs of dollar recovery and breaking that bearish market structure it's currently in. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I see on gold, GJ, and I'm just gonna go and have a quick look on Forex Factory and see potential news events next week. I do think it's a big week for the pound. If I remember rightly, we've got interest rate decisions and other high impact news events on Thursday or Wednesday, I think. Just going to check now. Quiet day on Monday. Euro news actually, but doesn't concern me. I don't trade Euro pairs. Tuesday, Fed Powell testifies. He could talk some shit, potentially retract on some of the comments he made last week. There's always a possibility. They like to contradict themselves, these central bank speakers. So keep an eye on that. 7 PM again. So that'd be worth having a listen to. You can always watch these. I don't even know, but you go on Federal Reserve on YouTube, you can actually watch these live as well if you want. Because I've wanted to watch them in the past, but I didn't know how to. But yeah, pretty simple really. Federal Reserve. Weird as well. There's only like fucking 70,000 people watching it or something mad like that. It's quite strange. Might even be less. It's not a lot of people watching it anyway. I'm just surprised because how important it is. It's supposed to be anyway, and how it impacts currencies and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty strange really. I thought there'd be more people watching it. And you have like fucking millions of people watching bullshit, but it might even have been 17,000, you know. Like 17,000 people watching fucking stuff that's actually important for the country and stuff like that. Quite strange. Yeah. Just shows how many, the lack of people who actually know about it, pay any interest in it, or actually know anything about it. USD, manufacturing, PMI, high impact news. Manufacturing industry. That could be quite important, because it'd be a sign of how the USD is recovering on the manufacturing side after the pandemic. And yep, Thursday, monetary policy summary. So that would be talking about, as it was last week, interest rates, inflation, all that good stuff. That's had me thinking as well, actually. Right, okay, that's had me thinking. So we've got high impact news on Great British Pound on Thursday. Maybe this week or last week maybe this push down was a move on liquidity before this high impact news. Maybe we'll get some optimism and some strength back in the pound to continue the upside move. And this move below was just to get price in a better demanded area for this next catalytic move to the upside. Maybe that'll play out, or maybe they'll use the news event as maybe it'll be negative, and they'll use it to continue this downside move and target buyers at these lows and these lows. You've got to be open to all possibilities, but again, during these high impact news, I will not be trading on the news event. I'll be taking the information in on the day and then building a bias from what the speakers have said and how the markets and investors have reacted to it, and then trading the next following day or next week with that bias in mind. So yeah, that's pretty much everything really. Just a reminder that to keep a lookout for this news on Thursday. We also got Fed Powell speaking on Tuesday, and Wednesday we've got manufacturing data as well. So yeah, quite a few high impact news events next week. Maybe with the pound as well, we could see consolidating price action. The investors sit on the sidelines before the big news on Thursday. Yeah, maybe investors will sit on the sideline and in terms of pound investments, Great British pound investments, and just wait to get more information and more of an outlook on GBP. So yeah, that's everything.